Right here on ET Now. This is the show that gives you all the strategies you need in order to take leverage positions in the futures and options space. But a disclaimer from our end before we bring on board Mitesh Thakkar and Dr. C.K. Narayan to give you their picks this time around. Please consult with your individual financial advisors before you take any positions in the futures and options segment, because while you may make windfall gains in favorable market conditions, you can also land up losing a lot of money if you don't take proper hedges. Mitesh Thakkar and Dr. C.K. Narayan, they're joining us in a moment from now, but quickly run you through the snapshot of what's been happening this afternoon and the kind of build-ups we've been seeing not just on the Nifty futures but also on specific strikes of calls and puts. So we've been seeing some bit of a short build-up position for the Nifty, and after the run-up that we've seen over the last few trading days in last week's session, some bit of profit taking is also what we're seeing. You know, in terms of strike concentration, well, like we've been telling you, the maximum strike concentration is at the 5,800 call, closer to 87 lakh shares, and on the downside a big support level is coming in at 5,500, which is closer to 76.5 lakh shares right now. But today's activity is primarily concentrated around the 5,700 strike call and the 5,600 strike put, which is pretty much the range that our experts have been talking about since the time we moved into the July series, and the cues that we've been getting in from the global arena also pointing towards the fact that we might not actually go ahead and see those high levels sustain. Let's bring on board Dr. C.K. Narayan and Mitesh Thakkar as well. Dr. Narayan, you know, just having a look at the kind of build-ups in today's session, once again concentration focused around 57 and 5,600, but what is it indicative of right now, considering that the put-call ratio has also moved on to 1.25 at this point?
Yeah, I think clearly market is concentrating on that small range, which would be suggestive of the fact that you know, after the very frenetic moves of the last 8 to 10 days are over, I think the market just wants to take a breather, and there isn't really any kind of input for going either up or down right now. So I think the market is just churning around the current levels between 56, 57. PCR at about 1.25 I think would be well along the normal ranges. You know, generally I take anything from about 1.15 till about 1.35 as being as indicative of a kind of normal sentiment which generally prevails in the market. So I'm not really reading much into it, except for the fact that the market is more interested in slight bit of ranging prior to probably deciding which way it wants to go. I think it may be waiting for some sort of triggers. The earnings season is going to launch from tomorrow, and maybe that would provide a trigger. I think there are some small rumors here and there about Italy being in some sort of problem, so market may be a little apprehensive of that and not really going up owing to that. But I think we don't have anything definitive right now, so 56, 5700 is the range, and that is where most of the option traders are playing right now.
All right, that's precisely in that range that we were talking about, 56 to 5,700 levels. Mitesh, before we go across and get Dr. Narayan's strategy on the Nifty, getting your also upwards, but now what is the strategy? Now that we're getting an indication that maybe, just maybe, you might see a breakdown or a breakout, like Mitesh pointed out, is there a revision in the strategy that we can take place?
Yes, I would certainly think it's called for now. You know, we had initiated the strangle between 140, 145, and even at between 150 and 155. It's currently trading at about 127.28. I think starting from here somewhere we should unwind the short strangle position, and given the situation and given the fact that overhead set of resistances are pretty strong and that the market had a nice move in there and has bounced off, I would want to play a little bit on the downside, because I feel the market may not really take too much cue from the first quarter results. It generally waits for 2 quarters of results before it takes longer term views. So I think if there's something adverse, there's a greater chance of it going down. So I see a lot of build up happening in the 54 put. Price is about 1920, so I don't think it's really being sold. So I am taking all the additions at the 5400 put as being long put. So I would like to join that as a group, and the 54 puts at about 1920 rupees is what I would advocate as a buy. And I don't want to be just long a naked put, but then I want to slightly finance that by shorting a 5900 on the call side, because I don't believe that would be reached. So 5900 is something I'm using. It's trading at about 12 to 13 rupees. So I'm going to finance the 20 rupee long put with a 12 rupee to 13 rupee inflow from the 5900 call short. So net what I would achieve is long 5400 put at about 8 rupees, which I think would be a decent bet if the market goes down by, let's say, 100 points from here, or even 50-70 points. Your put should be trading at about 30-35 or even closer to 40 rupees, which I think would be a good, fairly decent payback across the next 1 week or so.
Right. Dr. Narayan, you've taken, basically the call is the same. You've got a 5400 put which you bought, which is again a bearish stance. You're selling the 5900 call, which is again a bearish stance. So it's pretty much, like earlier on we discussed the concept of a synthetic future. So this is pretty much on those lines, a short synthetic?
Yep, this is a split synthetic future. Yeah, this is a split synthetic future. But the idea is not to really create a split synthetic future here. The idea is more to finance the long 5400 put. But yes, essentially what you are achieving is a split synthetic future, which is a bearish position.
All right. Mitesh, coming to your strategies then, and on the Nifty, you said that you're going to now start looking at the downside earlier on.
Yeah, I think most of the metal stocks, particularly I think steel stocks, have been slightly hit down, and I see Bhushan down with a gap since the morning, and it's been one of the more steadier names, so I'm a little inclined to favor the downside now that it has shown a downside opening gap, and which is sort of sustaining till now. I think a short at these levels at about 430 with a stop at about 436, 437 with a price target around 410.12 is what I have in mind. I think this should be achievable in a session or two, and if the metal pack takes it in the chin, it would I think go down pretty fast, because Bhushan is a little higher beta stocks. In terms of the others, I think Exide is the one which I am little worried about. I had recommended a long position at 170 with a stop at about 67. We are trading very close to that stop. If it trades down to 166 or thereabouts, then I would suggest abandoning the position as a lost cause. The rest are a hold. Renuka is a hold. I think Ranbaxy is a hold. So is Tata Chemicals. I would also suggest unwinding the pair trade strategy that I had suggested in long HDFC Bank and short 2 of ICICI Bank. We initiated that at about 365 difference. Current difference is about 420, 422. I think that's a decent profit to make on a pair trade, so I think I would suggest to unwind that out.
All right, so the HDFC ICICI Bank strategy can be closed out, and those are some updates coming in with a new strategy going short on Bhushan Steel. Mitesh, on the other hand, you've chosen to go bullish on ONGC. Why would you do so right now, considering the kind of policy uncertainties, around this counter?
Well, I think this is a pure technical call, Devina. We've seen the stock price, the day we saw some kind of announcement happening, the stock had open gap of